Hello everybody, my name is Nick Kearns and welcome to the 2020 Virtual Car Wash Expo. The title of my presentation today is Managing Your Car Wash from the Beach, where I'll be covering 5 of the most important aspects of your car wash management software. Number 1 is reporting. So you should never have to go to your car wash physically to get any reporting that you may need. Cloud-based software allows you to pull real-time reports anytime from anywhere. And what we mean by that is any device that you may have, whether it be an iPhone or an Android tablet or even a desktop or laptop computer. No matter where you are in the world, as long as you have internet connection, you're getting real-time stats in just a couple seconds with a couple quick and easy clicks. So that type of connectivity opens the door for you to get your hands on hundreds, if not thousands, of different sets of customizable reports that you can put together whenever you want. Whether it be a customizable dashboard or some big picture manager reports, even as you grow from one car wash to 5, 10, or 20, being able to grab data from these couple sites versus these couple sites or look at them all together at the same time to see what your strengths and weaknesses are, and even some other reports too that give you some more detail like hourly trends or even the buying habits of your customers just simply based on license plate recognition. So number 2 is your marketing. Now, when you come up with some type of marketing campaign or promotion that you want to roll out, you should be able to do that instantly. In theory, if you wake up and there's inclement weather for the next 2 days, you can set up something like a happy hour that's going to take place automatically from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. for the next 2 days. And in theory, you could do that while you're having your morning coffee. So marketing strategies can change with the weather. So quick turnaround on turning your ideas into reality is paramount to your success. Things like the easy creation of one-time use code campaigns, or happy hours, or bounce back programs where if you buy the top package, your customers get a coupon that's worth a rewash for the next 48 hours can all be set up remotely right from a smartphone. You can also take what you learn from your reports and react with appropriate marketing. For example, you see that on average your customers are coming in about 3 times a month and paying cash or credit before signing up for a membership. So market specifically to them with a special message to upgrade to an unlimited plan just simply based on how many times you see them. For example, if you can send a message to your customers that says, "Hi, thanks for being a loyal customer. We've seen you 3 times in the last 30 days. Would you like to join an unlimited plan?" To which they can choose yes or no. Number 3 is text marketing on the fly. So the ability to reach out to your customers via text, both manually and automatically, will keep you one step ahead of your competitors. Collecting phone numbers at the pay station keeps you in touch with not only your unlimited club members, but can also reach your cash and credit customers with incentives to wash with you more. For example, if you want to sign on to your platform and send a manual text to all of your unlimited customers that just joined in the past month, thanking them for their commitment and also including a coupon code for 2 free washes that they can give to any friend or family member that they wish, that's all right in your pocket. Number 4 is how you can be your own e-commerce architect. Now, when we're talking about e-commerce, we're talking about your online store as well as your customer interface, how they manage their account and make purchases. Now, you don't want to wait on a third party when you want to make changes to your online store. You can take care of that in theory while you're hanging out in the beach. Do I want customers to be able to cancel their plans online? Or do you want them to call the store or visit in person to have that one-on-one interaction to try to save that relationship? That's just a toggle switch. If you don't like the product picture of a certain item that you have for sale, or if you get a new service in your tunnel and you want to display that with a nice, cool, vibrant picture on your e-commerce store, just go ahead and upload it. Also, think about if you want to have some type of a flash sale on anything from single washes or gift cards or wash books. Maybe you're pushing for a holiday season like Mother or Father's Day. You're selling online in minutes with no phone calls to anybody else. So the final piece here is that numbers in marketing are only half the battle. It's very important to understand the numbers and to have quick marketing tools in your hands, but also you need to be the most efficient car wash operator that you possibly can be. There are certain ways that you can use your car wash management software to make you a more efficient operator. Things like digital incident tracking. So no more filing cabinets filled with half-completed insurance claims. Managers can efficiently and quickly upload incidents with details and pictures and everything involving what took place at the car wash quickly and easily from their phone. It also allows you to provide the customer with a professional claim report while the process takes its course. In addition to incident tracking, there's also some practical tools like monitoring the equipment life cycles of the equipment at your car wash. So, if you can't remember the last time that you replaced the cloth on your top brush or the last time that you replaced a piece of chain and rollers, your smartphone has all of the answers. So let's say that you purchase a component, and let's say industry standard dictates that once you reach about 300,000 cars, there is some routine maintenance that you have to do or possibly some replacement parts. You can input that component into your platform and set the threshold at 300,000 cars. But you want to get alerted around 250,000. So when 250,000 cars pass through that component, an automated text or email can shoot out to you, a site manager, maybe an operations personnel that you have offsite somewhere saying, hey, we've reached this threshold, let's give this equipment another look. You go into the car wash, you check out the equipment, you say, all right, I think I can get 100,000 cars out of this more. Snooze that alarm, push out the threshold, and set it to alarm you again whenever you see fit. Having these types of tools, in addition to the marketing and reporting aspect, will make you a much stronger operator. It'll increase customer retention, and it'll be the reason why customers wash with you versus everybody else that's around you. Thank you very much for your time today, and I look forward to speaking with you.
All right, welcome back to Virtual Car Wash Expo. I'm your host, Bob Fox, coming to you live from the Car Wash College classroom in Tamarack, Florida. You guys just watched Nick Kearns' presentation on managing your business from the beach. It looks like Nick is at the beach. Nick, thanks for joining us.
Thanks. Yep, chilling at the beach today, Bob.
Nick's a regional sales manager with Car Wash Controls. Reggie Flanagan, the vice president of Car Wash Controls. Reg, always good to see you as well.
You as well.
Thanks for joining us. And of course, we got Miss Katie Pierce, vice president of sales and marketing here for Sonny's. Guys, Car Wash Controls is it's really amazing what I've seen you guys do over there in the past 4 or 5 years or so. I was talking to you guys yesterday about my old controller, which is a 24 function Westinghouse box. It was actually mounted in my office. It was probably yay big by yay tall. There was really not much to it, and I could lean out my office and override equipment as it was passing my windows, and that was something I had to do quite frequently with that controller, by the way. So things have changed quite a bit. You guys, like you said, you guys are actually having people manage their car washes from the beach. Let's get right to it. We got some questions coming in. We got Larry from Cedar Falls, Iowa, asking, can I make an online store to sell memberships and wash packages? Nick, let's lead that off with you, please.
Yes, absolutely. So what we have with our system is called a progressive web app. So that is an online store / like a customer app for them to manage their accounts. You can sell things online like unlimited plans, wash books, gift cards, and now even prepaid single washes, which is good in these times where we want to, people might want to be more contactless going forward, given what's going on. And also beyond those purchases, they can manage accounts like upgrade or downgrade their plan, change a credit card, a handful of things that normally they would have to do face-to-face with you on site or over the phone, they can now just do themselves. And it's my opinion that customers expect with any type of monthly service that they're paying, that they can manage their membership in some way, shape, or form. So yes.
Yeah, I would assume that as well. If I was a customer of a monthly unlimited, I should be able to update everything online. All right, let's go to Reg. Reg, how reliable is license plate recognition if we have dirty license plates?
We still find it very reliable. We did a lot of software on the background that does some additional fuzzy matching. So if maybe there's a trailing character missed or something that looks similar to a 1 versus an I, we're able to do additional software processing. So I know we did a case study in South Dakota. I think it's some pretty dirty plates there. Same thing with Colorado. Colorado has some pretty filthy plates, and we're getting great reads, sitting around the 98.5 to 99% in most areas.
Wow. All right, we just had this question come in. With the current environment, can you easily suspend billing for monthly clubs if we had to shut down? Nick, can you answer that for us, please?
I'll actually defer that one to Reggie because I know that we have been doing a lot of this lately, and there's a couple different ways to do it. I think Reggie can answer that one a little bit better.
Fair enough. Reg?
Absolutely. We're trying to be as flexible as possible. So if you're talking about recurring your monthly members, all you have to do is just reach out to support. And we've been doing a combination of things where we stop billing completely, and then we'll turn it back on when you're ready. We've also pushed out next billing dates in the masses by 2 weeks, 10 days, 45 days. So really we're able to do most anything to try to be as flexible as possible so that you can maintain and keep your members.
Reg, I think this is probably another good question for you. If I wanted to upgrade my backroom controls equipment, what would that look like? Would I expect to have to shut down until the swap is done? And how long might that take?
Well, if it's the control stuff, so your tunnel controller, motor control center, you are going to have shut down because we'll have to cut power. We've seen people do it as quickly as within, 1 or 2 days. There's a lot of pre-prep, so the more prep you do in the front end, the faster it can go on the other side. So, and we swapped out a motor control center with our tunnel controller at a local wash in 3 days. But if it's something just as simple as putting in a new tunnel controller, there's junction boxes that we could build, and we could put it as the middleman. You can get everything wired in there, drop in the tunnel controller, and then quickly wire it. So it boils down to your electrician, but should only take you about 2 days, and you would have to shut down.
That's a reasonable amount of time, I would think. All right. Accidents and preventing them seems to be a big issue and cost with car washing, and one of the liabilities that makes me hesitant. What does the industry have for anti-collision monitoring or tools to limit liability? Reg?
Well, a lot of it, so some of it's not just anti-collision. It's hard to control somebody when they're in the tunnel. So if they do decide they want to put on the gas, it's a little bit hard to stop them from going into another vehicle. There is some technology out there that will stop the conveyor as it's traveling through using cameras. And then at the end of the tunnel, there's always an anti-collision pad. So if somebody does stop on the end, we'll be able to detect when another vehicle's right by them and turn off the conveyor. So there's only so much you can do, but it's definitely, we're trying to take all the measures you can. You still can't take the person out of the people. So not everyone's going to understand what neutral is. So we'll see that all the time.
And Bob, from a liability perspective, remember the customer is in control of their own car at all times.
Right.
And so if you do have someone who drives into the car in front of them, then ultimately that's on them. And that's the stance that we take if we get into these situations.
So put another way, you can't fix stupid. Is that what you guys are saying?
We're beating around the bush on that one.
Yeah. Nailed it.
All right, Nick, you probably can answer this question. How do we text a customer about unlimited packages if they haven't signed up yet? We wouldn't have their phone number.
Gotcha. So we want to try to collect the phone number whenever we can. So you can have it as an option on the pay station where if somebody orders, they sign up for an unlimited plan on the spot, they can enter in their phone number. But also for all your cash and credit customers that might not want to get the monthly bill, you can still have a loyalty program where they can opt in with their phone number at the pay station. And all those phone numbers are being fed into your back office. And from there, you can do all of the text marketing that you want. So you can send text out automatically to somebody that just signs up for a plan. For example, send them a text that says, hey, thanks for joining our club. Please click here to manage your account, which will take them to the online store thing that we talked about earlier. Or you might have an overcast day and you want to shoot out a message to only the people in your loyalty plan, so or your loyalty club rather, so not your members, and say, hey, we have $5 off top wash packages today. Here's a code for you, or anything like that. So the direct link of text marketing into your back office and collecting phone numbers at the pay station or by any other means you have. It could be walking around with a tablet and collecting them in the vacuum area or whatever. It's a powerful tool once you start collecting phone numbers, what you can do on the back end.
Just to piggyback on that, if I can.
Please.
One of the big things that we are seeing now, is just picking up on what Nick was saying, is that when you do prompt them to enter a phone number, so I pulled up and I paid cash, prompt me to enter my phone number, and then entice me with a discount. So give us your phone number, join our text club, and we'll send you a free wash for your next visit. So it's those little things right there that you use to be able to actually capture that phone number.
Gotcha. All right, another one just came in with the new motor control center. Could I theoretically monitor the tunnel with cameras and turn off or isolate equipment when I'm away? Could I theoretically monitor the tunnel with cameras and turn off or isolate equipment when I'm away?
I think what's being asked here is just cameras are not tied into the system, but you're just watching and you see if a piece of equipment you don't want it on or it's malfunctioning, and then you're able to just go in and disable that. You can.
That's pretty cool. All right. How accurate is license plate recognition compared to RFID, Reg?
We're seeing it as more accurate. There's areas, with like temp tags where you run into a little bit of a problem. But for the most part, we're seeing it more accurate. We get more tech support calls on RFID and then we do LPR. And one of the big things that we're seeing with RFID is that those tags are now being read now with the certain windshields. First it was luxury vehicles. Now we're starting to see the blocking of RFID spilling over into non-luxury vehicles. So we're seeing the read rates drop on that. So for us, LPR is what we've been moving, what we've been focusing on, and that's where we're seeing better reading.
To go along with that, then this question kind of piggybacks off that. Could you describe how LPR can help us with transactions during the virus? Could people sign up and manage from the kiosk and web without any interaction with humans at all?
Absolutely. You can go onto the e-commerce store that you would build, and you have full access to build it yourself. You don't have to call us to add product. And then they just register, they enter their license plate, they pull up, gate opens, they go through, and they're washing. Zero interaction.
Every now and then something comes along that I like to call a game changer. And I think LPR has been a game changer. When you can sign up for a club membership and do all that stuff without any human interaction, without having to go inside and sign up and do everything else, I think it just really does a lot better job of promoting that as a possible option to your customer. All right, can you do a text receipt option instead of printed?
We haven't implemented a text receipt option just yet. We've been focusing more on marketing on the text side. Text receipts might be down the road, but for right now, just a text receipt, we just see that as there's a few extra steps that you have to take to get them to enter their phone number, to just get a receipt sent, and then some additional tying it to the plate. So it's not a route we've gone just yet. We're focusing more on increasing revenue on the text marketing side versus saving a little bit of paper.
All right, Ben from Akron, Ohio is asking, are all systems cloud-based or is some data stored online or is on-site, excuse me?
So we do a mix. So everything, we do store the data on site, but then it automatically syncs to our cloud servers. So think of it as you did a transaction, you pull up your phone and you can see that transaction appear in your back office, but we also store it locally on a database as well. And we just do that because the system has to be able to run even if you lose internet.
Sarah from Biloxi, Mississippi is asking, what type of integration do these platforms have with my website or my accounting platform? Nick, is that a question I should direct towards you?
Yeah, I'd be happy to. So integration to your overall website is pretty easy. That customer app, that progressive web app that I mentioned earlier, which is the online store and management portion, that's essentially just a link, just like www.google.com. So what most of our customers do is they'll have their web designers make a button on the regular web page that just says, click here to buy online, or whatever verbiage you would want to put on it. And then you're just burying that www dot behind it that we give you from Sunny's. And then it just redirects you right to the online store and you're there. As far as accounting platforms, we do have, when it comes to timesheets and your payroll, we do have an export that will import correctly into ADP. And Reggie, I'm not sure if we're going to tackle QuickBooks or any other of the larger payroll companies later. Maybe you want to comment on that, but ADP we do have right now.
Correct. So we do have the ADP export. We went down the route. We surveyed a lot of our clients, and we were seeing that everybody's using a different flavor of accounting software. So some of it's a homegrown, some of it's they found it online. Who knows? They're just on Facebook. They saw I get $10 off. You sign up. So there's a variety of things that we're seeing people sign up for. So what we did was we created a GL report where somebody can go in and they can actually set up their entire general ledger, export that, and then import it into other software. We are probably about to make a commitment just to say we'll do QuickBooks Online and work with their API, because for us, going backwards to desktop and all of that, doesn't necessarily make sense considering that we're always shooting to be on the cutting edge. So QuickBooks Online is probably going to be what we tackle next.
All right. Let's talk about fundraising programs. This guy asked, I'm sorry, that's not a guy, it's Maryland. Do you ever see operators doing any type of fundraising programs through their kiosks?
Sure.
Nick.
Yeah, go ahead,
Okay.
Nick.
Yeah, so I love the concept of a fundraiser for a couple reasons. So yes, you can set it up on your pay stations and everything. And essentially how it looks is think of kind of the opposite of giving your customers a one-time use code. Instead, you're giving them one code that's universal. That way it can be, printed in newspapers or whatever. It's easy to remember and give out. And you start with something small like an athletic team at a local high school or something like that. You give them this universal code. Let's say it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And tell them that, for the next month, every person that comes in and puts that code into the pay station, they're going to be taken to a separate menu. That's your fundraiser menu with whatever items you want to have for sale there. It could be, just your standard wash menu, or it could be just your top package or whatever. And you have a pre-designated donation percentage with this company that you calculate as, let's say you're going to give them 75% of everybody that comes in this month and does 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At the end of the month, you run the report for that athletic club. You can print it out right from your back office. It'll show them every single car that came in, when they came in, what they got, and what the donation percentage. Give them the check as well. And thank you very much. So it's great community outreach, but I think the real power in it is that, when we're talking about, high school kids or anything involving kids, aunt and uncle who wash in the driveway, they're now on your property, washing at your tunnel and washing in the driveway for, 50 years. And now you have a chance to really wow them and turn them onto, your express tunnel or whatever you may have. So I think fundraising is a very good tool.
All right. I got about a minute left. Reg, I think I'm going to direct this one to you. If I'm a current DRB shop, does implementing Sunny's software require a rip and replace to implement?
Unfortunately, it does. Their software is built on a different platform than ours. It's a completely different structure. So pulling out theirs, putting ours in, that's really the best route to go, because then we can actually support you. If you do a hybrid system where some of it's one of our competitors, some of it's us, when you make that phone call because something's not working, it's going to be hard for us to diagnose it. And then you're going to have to go back to the other company that you might have just left, try to get them to help you diagnose it. So really, it might be a little more expense, but doing a complete swap is really the cleanest way for the future. Plus, if you have something that's 10 years old and you're tired of it and you're wanting to get rid of it, coming into something new that's going to last you another 10 to 15 years is a better option than trying to Frankenstein something together.
Yeah, that just makes sense. All right, Nick, last one, I think. What do I need to do to put my membership on pause if I'm forced to close?
So again, we can only talk in terms of people that are using the Sunny system, but if you call the car wash, you are able to push out your bill date or suspend your plan or anything. You would just tell the manager or whoever is on the other end of the phone what it is that you want to do. They can log on to their back office software and push you out or suspend you, whatever you need.
Nick, Reggie, 30 seconds. What do you guys cool coming up besides what we've seen in the videos? Anything since then we should know about?
Nothing we want to disclose to you, Bob. You got a big mouth.
All right. Nick Kearns, Reggie Flanagan, Katie Pierce, thanks for joining me on Virtual Car Wash Expo. You're watching live from Sunny's, the Car Wash Factory. We'll be right back.
Thanks, Bob.